Be strong.
Hello, children. Good day. Yes, I'm happy to be with you again with this new lesson in English 4. English 4, third quarter, week 4, most essential learning competencies. The topic that we're going to discuss right now is identifying main idea, key sentence, and supporting details. Before we continue, please subscribe this channel and click the notification bell for more updates of my videos. Thank you. So we have this objective. Child should be able to identify the main idea, key sentence, and supporting details from the text. Note details in an informational text. So those are the objective. Then, about finding the main idea is one of the most challenging reading strategies to teach because we do not only have to comprehend the passage, but we also have to figure out which information is the most important without getting sidetracked in the details. In this lesson, you will learn to develop your skills in identifying the main idea, the key sentence, and supporting details from the text. The ability to identify the main idea in the text is a key in reading comprehension skills. Similarly, it also helps in remembering text, to understand the purpose of the author, and to determine the importance and meanings of the entire text. So every story or passage or paragraph has main idea, key sentence, and supporting details. The main idea tells what the story, poem, or paragraph is all about. It is also called the big idea and the most important thought about the topic. The topic is the person or the place, thing, or idea being talked about. A key sentence is the sentence directly stated from the paragraph that expresses the main idea or topic of the paragraph, or story or poem. It can be found at the beginning, middle, or last sentence of the paragraph, but generally it appears at the beginning of the paragraph. It is often the paragraph's very first sentence. The supporting details or small ideas tell more about the main idea. They give the important details that explain, prove, and describe the main idea for better understanding. So again, the passage or the story of the paragraph has main idea, and again, as I said a while ago, every passage of the story has main idea, key sentence, and supporting details. And the main idea, the story, tells about the story, poem, or paragraph it is all about. Ibig sabihin yan, nagsasabi siya, ang main idea ay nagsasabi tungkol sa story, tungkol sa poem, or any paragraph, or any topic, at ito ay nagpapakita ng big idea or general idea. And the topic is about the person or the place or thing or idea being talked about. Ibig sabihin yan ang pinag-uusapan Pwede po tao, pwede lugar, pwede bagay, or kahit na ano pong idea na pinag-uusapan. Pwede yon. So, ang key sentence naman, ito yung sentence na directly stated to the paragraph. Ito ay nagpapahayag tungkol dun sa main idea or topic of the paragraph or story or poem. Sabi nga nito, makikita ito sa unahan or sa kalagitnaan or sa last sentence of the paragraph. Pero karamihan nito na ito'y nakikita sa unahan ng paragraph. Ibig sabihin ng unahan ng talata. Lagi siyang, it is often the paragraph's very first sentence. Ito ang tinatawag na key sentence or the main idea, topic, kasi doon makikita pa rin kung ano ang kasi usually, doon makikita ang key sentence mismo sa main idea. Doon din makikita ang topic na pinag-uusapan. Yung supporting details naman or small ideas, ito yung nagsusuporta. Ito yung mga maliliit na mga idea at nagsasabi tungkol doon at nag-explain tungkol doon sa main idea. They give the important details that explain, prove, and describe the main idea for better understanding. So, ulitin ko po, pag main idea, ito yung makikita sa unahan. Usually, kalimitan, sa unahan siya ng paragraph. Tapos, doon na rin makikita ang key sentence sa main idea na yan, or topic. Pero, may nakita minsan daw na sa kalagitnaan, or sa huli, subalit, ang karamihan nito, generally, ay makikita sa unahang bahagi ng paragraph or ibig sabihin, ito yung unang pangungusap sa paragraph. At ang supporting details naman or small ideas, ito yung mga sumusuporta doon sa main topic or main idea. Halimbawa, ang main idea, sila ang nagbibigay pa ng additional information, specific information to prove, to give more support of the main idea. Okay? So, let us read the passage below and answer the questions that follow. Notice the underlined sentences. There are some healthy practices which we can follow to protect ourselves from COVID-19. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or use a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol to kill germs and bacteria. Keep your distance from people by at least 6 feet if you are out in public to avoid droplets from an infected person. Then cover your nose and mouth with a tissue or sneeze into your elbow to reduce the ejection of the droplets into the environment. Also, frequently clean and disinfect touch surfaces. So this time, let us read again. All together, children, you are, this time is your part to read. Okay, go. There are some healthy practices which we can follow to protect ourselves from COVID-19. So wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or use a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol to kill germs and bacteria. So keep your distance from people by at least 6 feet if you are out in public to avoid droplets from an infected person. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue or sneeze into your elbow to reduce the ejection of droplets into the environment. Also, frequently clean and disinfect touch surfaces. Good, nice. So, here comes the questions. first question is, what is talked about in the passage? Second question, what do you think is the main idea of this passage? Then, third question, what are the healthy practices mentioned in the passage to protect ourselves from COVID-19? So the first question is, what is talked about in the passage? Ano ang pinag-uusapan doon tungkol sa passage na binasa natin? Siyempre, ang pinag-uusapan doon, the first one is the practices. There are healthy practices which we can follow to protect ourselves from COVID-19, right? And that is also the main idea. What do you think is the main idea in this passage? You can see the main idea. You can see the main idea there. As you can see there, what is the main idea? Let's go back with the selection that we read. The main idea there is in the first sentence also, right? There are some healthy practices which we can follow to protect ourselves from COVID-19. And what's the next question? The next question there, the next question is, what are the healthy practices mentioned in the passage to protect ourselves from COVID-19? So I will not, as we read a while ago, that we should wash our hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, or use hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol to kill germs and bacteria, right? And what else? Okay, let us continue that, since there is another discussion about this one. And the next slide. Okay. So here, as you can see, the main idea, the health practices to protect us from the COVID-19. And the key sentence there is the first sentence. With one underline, it is the key sentence of the passage because it is where we can find the main idea. So, the underlined words there in the first sentence is, there are some healthy practices which we can follow to protect ourselves from COVID-19. And you can see the key sentence, the same, and the main idea also, and the topic that it's about COVID-19, right? So what are the supporting details? The sentences with supporting detail because they give details or information about the main idea. Kasi doon sa binasa natin, wala naman nakalagay doon sa example doon sa passage ng dalawang underline. At lahat naman naka-underline, di ba? So, bibigyan natin emphasis ang unang, ang unang main idea tungkol doon. So, the main idea there is, there are some healthy practices which we can follow to protect ourselves from COVID-19. So, health practices, right? So, this is also the key sentence. There are healthy practices which we can follow to protect ourselves from COVID-19. So, again, the main idea there is health practices to protect us from COVID-19. It is also, we can find this one at the first sentence in the paragraph together with the key sentence. Doon din makikita. And how about the supporting details? So, how many supporting details we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So first, as we read a while ago, that the first detail is wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, or use a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol to kill germs. And another supporting details that support the main idea is that keep your distance from people by at least 6 feet if you are out in public to avoid droplets from an infected person. Siya rin ay nagbibigay suporta doon sa main idea. Tama? Then another one, cover your nose and mouth with a tissue or sneeze into your elbow to reduce the ejection of droplets into the environment. And lastly, supporting details. The last one is also frequently clean and disinfect touch surfaces. So, sa ating binasa kanina, doon natin nakita, ang key sentence ay nakita natin sa unang bahagi, sa unang pangungusap ng paragraph. Tama? At nandun din, nakikita natin din doon ang main idea. Ang main idea ay tungkol sa health practices health practices to protect us from COVID-19. So that is the main idea. And we also have, so after the main idea, the key sentence there, this is the key sentence. And the supporting details are the details or information that support the main idea. Okay? Sila yung nagbibigay karagdagan para lalo natin maunawaan ang main idea, yung pangkalatang sinasabi rito na main idea rito. So, itong nakalagay dito sa baba, ito yung mga supporting details na makikita rin natin doon sa paragraph na natin binasa. Tama? Ang paragraph na binasa natin doon ay tungkol doon sa, 'di ba, sa healthy practices na dapat nating sundin. Bakit kaya? Kaya dito dinidiscuss dito na isa-isa, sinusuportahan ang detalye para lalo nating maunawaan. Kaya that is supporting details. These are examples of supporting details. It give information more about the main idea. And the key sentence there is the first sentence in the paragraph. Kasi generally, kalimitan, makikita ang key sentence sa unahan, kalimitan po. Pero pwede rin makita raw sa kalagitnaan, saka sa hulihan. Pero nga sinasabi kanina, na kalimitan laging nakikita sa unahan mismo ng paragraph or ng passage or ng text. Naintindihan po? Very good. At this time, kids, let's have this another exercises. We're going to read the paragraphs carefully and answer the questions below. Do this in your notebook. So we have paragraph A. Let us read all together. Okay, let us read all together. Arithmetic is a science involving numbers. Its name comes from the Greek word arithmetikos, meaning reckoning. It all began when people used their figures for counting, which were called digits, from the Latin word meaning figure. The ancient Babylonians, who gauged notches in clay tablets, recorded numbers. Now, in this selection, in this first paragraph, the paragraph A, these are the questions. What is the main idea of the text? Okay, we can find also in the first one. Okay, this one is the main idea. Where can you find the main idea? How about what sentence gives the main idea about arithmetic? And what details tell about arithmetic? So, the main idea here that you can see, arithmetic is a science involving numbers, right? And this is also And what sentence gives the main idea about arithmetic? Main idea. So the main idea, arithmetic is a science, right? Is also a science, and this is the topic sentence or the key sentence, right? Arithmetic is science involving numbers. And what details tell about the arithmetic? So these are the details. Its name comes from the Greek word arithmetikos, meaning reckoning. And another details for this, another supporting details is it all began when people used their figures for counting, which were called digits, from the Latin word meaning figure. And the third detail is the ancient Babylonians who gauged notches in clay tablets recorded numbers. Do you understand now? Okay. For another passage here, letter B, let us read all together. Pollution is one of our big problems. The ocean becomes polluted because people throw their garbage into it. Some factories had a greater contribution when it gives out smoke and dust that makes the air dirty. So, the first question is, what is the main idea of the text? The main idea, what is the main idea? Of course, the main idea found this one here. Pollution is one of our big problems. Pollution is one of the big problems, right? And it also, what is the key sentence in the text? So, the key sentence is, you can also find here that pollution is one of our big problems. So, the main idea, you can find it there. Pollution, one of our big problems, and we can also find that one, the key sentence in the first paragraph, first sentence of the paragraph. Okay? Then, what details or information support your main idea? Diba? Main idea is about pollution, big problems, of our big problems. So, pollution. So, the third question, what details or information support your main idea? Because of the pollution, the big problem, the ocean becomes polluted because people throw their garbage into it. So that is the first supporting detail. Second, some factories had a greater contribution when it gives out smoke and dust that makes the air dirty. Ayan, another supporting details. Okay. How is our health affected by this pollution? How? How? Because uh, our health is affected of the how? Because how? Through the smoke and the dust that makes the air dirty, and we are and the persons here and our health will become what? That's the problem. Because of the dirty air that we breathe, what will be the effect to us? Of course, diseases and a lot of negative effects to our health. It causes sickness and a lot of problems regarding that. Okay, got it? So, tingnan natin ang iba pa. So another exercise. is that read the paragraphs below, identify the main idea and supporting details in each stanza, and write them on the graphic organizer. Do this in your notebook. Okay, let's start with the first one. Let us read. I'm going to read it first, then you will read it afterwards, okay? A botanist learns much about life through his studies of plants. To him, a plant is something to work on with. Um, he sees a plant as a thing of wonder. The botanist learns about the growth in living things. He discovers diseases that attack man. The study of plants may someday tell us much about ourselves. So, here, what is the main idea that you can see? Where can you find the main idea? Okay, it's about a botanist learns about life, life through his studies of plants. So this is the main idea about the botanist who learns much about plants. A botanist again who learns more about because of his studies about learns more about plants. Now, how about the supporting details? How many supporting details that we're going to answer here? Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's start. The first supporting detail is to him, a plant is being a plant is something to work on with. Okay, it's up to you. The next one, the next supporting details. He sees a plant as thing of wonder. How about the third one? How about the fourth one? And the fifth? Take note that supporting details support the main idea for more understanding. It's your time to answer, okay? Okay, good. So, let's proceed to another one. Here, the next passage, the oil crisis has become a worldwide problem. It has crippled the progress of many nations. Japan and the United States were not spared from this. Everybody is concerned with energy conservation. Wells are being dug for prospects of oil. Prices of oil and other oil products are soaring. Now, where we can find the main idea? Okay, in the first what sentence? The oil crisis become a worldwide problem. This is the main idea. The oil crisis has become the worldwide problem. So this is the main idea. And how and what are the supporting details here? Okay, don't forget this one supports, it has crippled the progress of many nations, and followed by Japan and the United States were not spared from this. That is also supporting detail. Then everybody is concerned with the energy conservation. That is also supporting details that support the main idea. And wells are being dug for the prospects of oil until here. Okay, you got it? Good. Now for this one, you have to answer this. Read the paragraph and answer the questions that follow. Write the letter of the correct answer in your notebook. Let us read again, okay? Birds are very light. Their bones are hollow. They have thin skulls. Their bones are light too. Even the bones of their skull are almost weightless. That is why birds can fly. The first question. is, what are talked about in every sentence? A. Birds. B. Bones. C. Skulls. D. Heads. Okay. Next question is, what does the whole paragraph say about the birds? A. Birds are heavy. B. Birds have bones. C. Birds are very light. D. Birds have thin skulls. Okay, third question. Which sentences give details about the paragraph? A. First sentence. B. First to second sentences. C. Second, sixth sentences. And D. First to third sentences. Then, in number 4, what do you call the sentence? Birds are very light. Is it conclusion? A. B. Key sentence. C. Heading sentence. D. Summary sentence. And number 5, in the given passage, where is the key sentence found? A. End. B. Middle. C. Beginning. D. Second sentence. Okay, it's time for you to answer now. Okay. Okay, I know you can answer it well. So let's start. In the first question, kindly read what are talked about in every sentence. So what is your answer here? If your answer is letter A, birds, you're right. For the second, what does the whole paragraph say about the birds? The whole paragraph about the birds? A, is it A, B, C, or D? So, if your answer is letter C, birds are very light, you're right. Okay, number 3. Which sentences give details about the paragraph, meaning the supporting details about the main? So is it, if your answer is from second to sixth sentences, you're definitely correct. And number 4, what do you call the sentence? Birds are very light. If your answer here is letter B, key sentence, okay, you're right. And the last one, in the given passage, where is the key sentence found? So, if your answer is letter C, at the beginning, precisely, you're correct. So, congratulations if you got the perfect score here. Well done. Okay. Another exercise here. You're going to read the paragraph and answer the questions that follow. Write the letter of the correct answer in your notebook. The same as the exercises, the same as the passage said earlier about birds, right? So this is for you to understand well with this passage. Okay, let us read again. Birds are very light. Their bones are hollow. They have thin skulls. Their bones are light too. Even the bones of their skull are almost weightless. That is why birds can fly. So the first question, what are talked about in every sentence? A. Birds. B. Bones. C. Skulls. D. Heads. What is your answer here? Okay. Okay. If your answer here is about birds, letter A, you're definitely correct. The next one, what does the whole paragraph say about the birds? So the same as Birds. A. Birds are very light. B. Birds have bones. C. Birds are heavy. D. Birds have thin skulls. So what is your answer here? Letter A. Good. Next, number 3. Quick sentences give details about the paragraph. Okay, the same as, I think the same as the questions there. So, the same as the other one, right? The same as there. Yeah, the same as that. So, it's more about bird, right? Okay. So next, for letter B, this is it. Below are the paragraph with numbered sentences. Complete the sentences for the main idea, then identify the numbers that tell the key sentence and the supporting details. Write the numbers on the blank. Do this in your notebook. So this one is number 1 for letter B. Passage 1. Fruit trees like the mango, the lanzones, the chicos, and avocados give us fruit. Some plants give us nuts, some plants give us rice and vegetables. Then we get most of our foods from plants and trees. Okay, the main idea. The passage is about our foods from plants and trees. Okay, what is the key sentence? We can find the key sentence there. The number. It is number 4. This is the key sentence. We get more of our foods from plants and trees, right? Then the supporting details is that from one fruit trees like the mango and lanzones, the chicos and the avocados give us fruit. Then 1, 2, some plants give us nuts. 3, some plants give us rice and vegetables. So again, the main idea that you can pass is about here. It's about, you're going to write there about number 4. You can see also there, we get some, yeah, number 4, the key sentence, you can find also at number 4. And for supporting details from 1 to 3. 1 to 3, okay? That's it. Then for number 2, 2 exercises. Our country has vast seas and fishing grounds. We have forests in that abound in lumber and wild game. We have mineral deposits. We abound in plant life. Our country is truly blessed with natural resources. So you will be the one to answer here. What is the passage all about? So you can find this one. The main idea, you can find this one in what passage? In what number, by the way? Okay, in what number? Okay, in what number? And number 5, you can see there. So you're going to write it here. Our um, country with natural resources. The main about our natural resources here in our country. Then the key sentence here, it's number 5, and the supporting details there is 1. Again. Let's start here. are contrast bases and fishing grounds. So this is the key, the supporting details. Okay. So exercise number 3, man uses stars as religious symbols. A Christmas tree isn't complete without a bright star on it. It's not complete, is incomplete without a bright star on its top. Then the Star of Bethlehem has come to be the symbol of Christianity. The six-pointed star of or the Star of David, as it is called, has been the symbol of the Jewish faith for thousands of years. So where can you find um, the main idea? How about the key sentence? How about the supporting details? So it's up to you to answer that. Okay? So for that, I would like to thank you kids for being with me in this lesson again, and for your collaborative work, and for your understanding about our lesson for today.